Well, hello and welcome to my channel. You know, today I have a very interesting problem. I have a really cool sculpt that I got here from James Rogovoy's store over Illusion on eBay. It's the Kingpin. And this is a really cool sculpt. And I have a body for it too. You know, the Kingpin, nice and big and burly. But you know what? Being big and burly, he's gonna have some issues with some clothes. So, you know, I cannot sew. I don't do any custom work in that regard. So I'm trying to find some commercial pieces that'll work for this, that'll still give me that Kingpin look. So I hope you stick with us and see what I end up doing. The head itself's not gonna be difficult to do, I think. I'm just gonna prime it and paint it. There's no hair. It looks like it's going to be mostly just shade work, maybe. And of course the eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it primed and we'll get started on this one and see how it turns out. Okay, for the base color, I'm gonna use this. It's called Layer Kislev Flesh. And like I said, there's really not a lot to do as far as the head's concerned. I think it's going to be relatively easy. I'm just going to get my paint and put it on. I'm using a big brush for this, so it won't take any time at all. Because I'll probably do 2 coats, we'll see. And then I got to do the eyes as far as darkening them. Got some air bubbles in there. I wonder why. All right. I think I'm using too big of a brush. Might be a little too wet too. So let me take it down a little bit. All right, I think my first coat is done. I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do another one. Well, at this point, I think I'm gonna add my black. I'm gonna use my Abaddon black. And I'm gonna put that into the eye socket, just so I can have like a little border. Let's see. Man, these eyes are small. Boy, that's crazy. All right, let's see. I think this one needs to be a bit bigger. Okay, that looks good. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my dry brush, and I have this stuff right here. It's called Layered Flayed One Flesh, and it's a very, very light skin tone. And I think I'm just going to kind of like layer it in, but I'm going to do a very, very slight dry brush. Let me try to get rid of most of it. And then I'm just going to use this to highlight the face, just because there's not a lot of paint that we're putting on this model. And I want it to have some sort of depth, so that's what I'm going to do this for. This is just going to kind of like bring out some of the details. You can see it's doing it already. And then when I go back with my wash, it's just going to be even that much more detailed. Okay, what do I want to do next? I think I'm going to use my contrast, and I'm going to see how that works on some of the recesses of the piece. Now I'm going to use a very watered down version of this. Wow, it's looking really good around the eyes. Let me get this one ear, and I think I'll be done with that. Might as well get the back of the head. And behind the ears. Yeah, that's looking really good. I think it's time for the whites of the eyes. Let me go ahead and get my white paint. These eyes are super teeny. I think I lost the effect that I was going for. Might have to just use a wash to kind of accomplish that. I'm going to put some wash underneath there and above it. So yeah, I'm going to use the wash to frame the eyes. Okay, now the eye color. I'm going to go with a blue. I think I have my blue here, let's see. Yeah, I have this contrast Space Wolves gray. I'm gonna drop that in there. These eyes are tiny though. These little slits. I'm just gonna do a drop. Well, I think that worked. Let's see, I think I just need to spray him and put him on a body. Let's take a look at him. Okay, I have my body taken apart. I'm just gonna drop my head in there. Well, that was easy, snapped it right in. Let me replace the screws. I do the top ones first and then I pop it back in the body. And then I do the bottom ones. It just seems a little easier. Got to make sure you use a proper screwdriver because if you don't, you can strip these little guys and then you'd have a problem. I think Classic TV Toys sells the screws and the screwdriver. I got this one, I think at Lowe's. Yeah, these right here tighten up the torso. So I want these nice and snug. Yeah, the top ones tighten up the arms. Well, and the neck too. Usually I have to spin the neck around a little bit to loosen it. So that's what I have so far with my Kingpin. I think he's coming along nicely. Now the hard part, an outfit. Let me see what I got. Okay, you know what? There's no shoes, so what I ended up doing was I got the boots, and right now I'm just kind of trimming them. Trying to make it as uniform as possible. Because, I mean, they're going to be covered by the pants legs, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. But I'm trying to get them to look less ragged. I did the same thing with the other shoe too. Well, maybe I can melt them down a little bit. I don't know if I'm gonna do that right now. I'm afraid that I might get them ruined. But anyway, so those are the boots. The shoes. They're just boots that I just trimmed down. Another thing that I had to adapt was this is a 12-inch vest. Just because, you know, it's they don't have a muscular vest. So I ended up getting their 12-inch vest. And this is on Classic TV Toys' website. Along with their pants. These are the muscular pants in white. And they have a muscular jacket now. This is from the Scooby-Doo Frankenstein. And so they have that now. And then I got myself a muscular shirt in white. This is a turtleneck. And then I also got the blue, I guess it's an ascot. It's like a scarf, blue scarf. And I ended up getting their little walking stick. This one's a really cool one. It's got a lot of detail. But there was only one problem. You know, his hands, I got the fist hands here, and his hands won't hold it. So what I ended up doing was I got a drill bit, and this is a 1/8 inch drill bit, and I just simply stuck it into the I guess where the thumb and the hand meet, and just ran it through along his palm. You can see how it looks there. And it doesn't look bad. I mean, when I get it on there, it actually looks pretty good. And it's tight too. Yeah, I'm gonna wait until I get the clothes on. So that was something. So let me get all this stuff out of the way and start getting them dressed. You know what? You may have to spin the head a little bit. I usually do that just to get it nice and you know, limber. Let's see. I think I'll start with the shirt. You know what? Let me pull it on over his head first. So I get my turtlenecks on anyway. Okay, and get his arm through. No, but don't tear it. These muscular bodies are beefy, you know, so it's like a chore to get clothes on them. Because it seems like the clothes is barely fit to begin with, you know? There we go. I think that's going to be the hardest piece to get on him. Okay, that cannot stand. Let's get this turtleneck down. Boy, that just doesn't look good. Maybe if I squish it down. Let's see if I can squish it down. That looks better. Let me get his pants on. And then we'll get the vest on. Or maybe the scarf next. See what I mean about these muscular bodies? Everything just barely kind of fits. I think I like this turtleneck. It was the only shirt available, but I think it's going to work out. Wow, he looks like the Kingpin right off the bat. Let's see, then I'll do the scarf. See, I want it to be like an ascot, so let me start in the front. It's hard to do on camera. Sit him up. I'm gonna find the middle, and I'm gonna go back. And forward. I think the vest will kind of hold it in place. At least I'm hoping it will. Cool. You know, I really wanted to have some of that turtleneck showing. Okay, get his boots on, or his shoes. You can see it doesn't really show the jagged top or whatever, but these are some big feet. And the last step is going to be getting the cane in. I could make the hole bigger, but I really want it to be kind of tight. I may have to put a little water on it. Some hot, oh, there it went. It's because I don't want it to go flopping around. I can have it held pretty nicely there. So yeah, if you're thinking about a Kingpin and you're just wondering about the outfit, that's how I'm gonna do it. Might have to tuck this back here or something, so it looks a little more tailored. I don't know, I'm not sold on that ascot. I want the ascot, but maybe I just need to bring it down. Let me see. Instead of flipping it around behind him, let me just try straight up from the back across, like a typical scarf. Yeah, that looks better. May have to do some adjusting. Let me go ahead and get him on a stand. I'm gonna get him kind of like fixed up a little bit, and let's take a look at him now that he's got his outfit on. All right, I got him set up and organized, and boy, he looks great, doesn't he? You know, I had that head sculpt for a while. I got it from Illusion over on eBay. James Rogovoy was the one who put it together. But I haven't been able to do anything with it just because of the jacket situation, you know? The clothes, you need those muscular clothes, and they just don't have a huge selection. You know, I had to cut down the muscular boots to make the shoes, and I think I did a pretty good job on it. I got an extra set just in case I messed up, and I can always use these for something else. But yeah, there's just not a lot of selection out there. So that when Classic TV Toys released that blue jacket, and I saw it on their website, I knew that it would work. You know, I also use their 12-inch vest and their white muscular pants and that turtleneck. I think that turtleneck looks good. I was a little, I guess, I had some reservations about it, but it looks like everything kind of came together, and I think it looks great. You'll notice I have a little pearl on his ascot. I was at Walmart yesterday picking up some stuff, and I found these adhesive pearls. There's 90 of them. And I was able to pop one off. They come in little strings, but you can cut them off individually as well. And that's what I used as kind of like a formal accent there. And I'm really happy with the way the face came out. You know, this guy doesn't have a lot of opportunity for paint application. So to get the detail I wanted, I used kind of like a trio of different paints. First, I started, excuse me, with this Kislev flesh. And if you remember, this was my base coat. And then I came back and I did some highlights with this right here. This is my layered flayed one flesh. These layered paints are a little thicker. So, you know, they work well for major applications. And then I came back with this. This right here was my contrast. Now the contrasts are like washes. They're very thin paints. And this is called Gilliman Flesh. And it really just gave it that depth that I needed. You know, with all three of those working together, the highlights, the shading, looks great. And you know, as usual, I finish it off by spraying it with this matte clear enamel. What it does is it kind of like evens out the paint and it protects the finish, and it just kind of gives it a you know, a completed look. So Kingpin, boy, you know, I'm glad to have him in my collection now. I'm really digging that cane. Look at that. You know, the Kingpin used his cane as a defensive tool, as an offensive tool. You know, he was never seen without it. So being able to drill that hole in the hand and use that cane, I think it's something you have to do. So just be careful with your drill. You know, you don't want to, I don't know, I ordered an extra hand too, just in case I messed up, because, you know, things happen. So maybe get an extra set of hands. I've also got some open hands. But he just looked, I mean, that clenched fist, boy, you know, the open hand, it will work, I guess, if you needed to hold some other stuff. But I really like the way he looks right now. So I hope you try the Kingpin. As I said, Classic TV Toys now has that jacket that's available so that you can complete this look. You know, I mean, he doesn't look terribly formal, but I think he looks formal enough. And I think he looks like the Kingpin. So Really glad I got him into my collection, and I'm happy I finally got him done. Well, until next time, you guys be cool and stay safe. I'll be back real soon. Bye-bye now.